everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jacob Tiranno, and today I'm going to be doing another update for my 365-day movie challenge, week 16. Guys, that is crazy that it has already come this far. I have already gotten through my 113 movies. It's a lot. It's pretty nuts. I'm almost at the third mark. Day 122 will be my 1/3 mark of knocking down 366 days. And yes, that's right. I said 366 days because even though I call this 365-day movie challenge, it is a leap year. And I have to do an extra day. So, nonetheless, let's hop right into it. I know I just posted the other two on Thursday night. Friday night, I'm sorry. I know that was late. I'm sorry. CinemaCon had totally taken over this month. I did a ton of videos on that, so make sure to go check that out. The playlist is up here. Click the White Eye playlist. Will drop you able to click it, and all my videos from CinemaCon will pop up. But let's hop right into the 365-day movie challenge. Day 106, I watched another film from filmmaker Amy S. Weber, who I am very excited to announce is going to be featured on our YouTube channel very soon. I'm going to be interviewing Miss Weber to talk about her film A Girl Like Her, a movie that I reviewed, as well as talk about the 365-day movie challenge. You click that white eye up here and links drop down. Once the interview is posted, I'll put that in the link as well. But her first film was called Annabelle Bear, and Annabelle Bear is this touching film about a father and a daughter. And their bond, right? Two unlikely characters. This adorable, I mean, the most adorable little girl you've ever seen in your life is in this movie, opposed to this biker, big, grizzly man nicknamed Bear. And it's about their bond. Bear, had never really met his daughter after she was born. The mother, who unfortunately has taken a very, very bad path, has decided to one day just drop her off on Bear's doorstep, and now Bear has to build a relationship with her, and that's what this movie is about. And there was something really raw, really real about this movie. I thought it was really touching, and I love films with purpose, and Amy S. Weber's film A Girl Like Her also has a purpose and is also really raw. But this movie's about love and how sometimes life doesn't work out the way we planned, or life isn't the way that we expect it to work. I mean, it offers really great performances, and Olivia Wilde, like I said, is just so adorable, and so she would just melt your heart. Yeah, she does. She's too young to really give necessarily a performance, but she is so cute, and the few lines that she says, I mean, it's just heartbreaking. I mean, it does, actually, I shouldn't even say that she doesn't give a performance, because she does. I mean, there's scenes where she has to cry and has to smile and has to laugh. I mean, for that young, it's quite phenomenal what she accomplishes in this movie. I am so excited to talk to Amy about this, because I really loved it. I mean, it's raw and it's gritty, but it is so good, and it has such a wonderful theme, very much like A Girl Like Her. Very different movie, though. But still very wonderful. I checked that out. Day 107, I watched on the recommendation of my good friend, Mr. James Shue. We had a really big shoot this week, and me and Mr. James Shue were working together. And in between our shoot and dinner, he decided to show me the 1992 film Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield. And let me tell you, me and Mr. Shue are usually on, like, before we used to be so apart, right, on taste in movies, and now we've kind of come a little bit closer. But Mr. James Shue was out of his mind when he played me this movie, and yes, I get it's probably nostalgia, right? It's something that he watched growing up. I'd never seen the film, so I don't have the nostalgia connection to it. And I mean, yikes. He enjoyed it. I, on the other hand, did not. I don't think there's really a point. I don't think it's really a themed movie. It's just one of those movies that someone made to work around Rodney Dangerfield, right? It's like they have a contract with Rodney Dangerfield. They have this many movies, so they just got to figure out something to set up Rodney Dangerfield jokes. And that's what it feels like. It just, an event happens, characters walk away, and then Rodney Dangerfield looks at the camera and hits him with the one-liner. It was a horrible Rodney Dangerfield impression. I didn't really mean to do an impression, but the laugh kind of came out like it was an impression. But I know he does this, Get no respect. I don't know why he does the bubbly voice. Get no respect. I can't do it. Anyway, not that great of a movie. I think there's even kind of like a molestation joke in there somewhere. There's where him and his stepson, well, soon-to-be stepson, is in this closet, and he's putting on a dress, and suddenly he thinks he's getting molested, and that's supposed to be funny. And yeah, yikes. let's see. Moving on, I watched a much more serious film with Day 108, and I watched Short Term 12, a movie that I probably you've heard me recommend or tell people to watch on the basis of Louis loving it so much and Brie Larson's performance. I always tell people because Louis tells me how great it is, so I always really recommend it. And lo and behold, I actually never got around to watching it. And this movie is on there with It's Mama Tambien and a few other films that I really loved watching in this challenge. I mean, easily one of the best that I've seen in my 108 days at this point. 108 days watching this, doing this challenge. Everyone was right. You know, this movie is really beautiful, especially my co-writer Louis Corzolo. And it's acclaimed for a reason. And similar to Annabelle, it's very raw and very gritty and honest. And it is filled with such unique and fascinating characters. And they will at times make you laugh and at times make you cry. And there's just so much emotion in that movie. You have to be so ready to explore all these areas. You know, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to get upset, you're going to get angry, you're going to get confused. You know, you're going to really kind of question your stance on these types of things. And that works because of the performances, especially, obviously, from Academy Award winner Brie Larson, who is undeniably, after seeing this and seeing Room, one of the best in the industry, hands down. I mean, she can deliver a performance like nobody else, and she is so good in this movie. She's so mysterious, yet so transparent, right? Like, she's mysterious, but yet you could see all this pain inside of her. You could see all the hurt. You could see what she's going through, yet be so mysterious to the characters in the film. Wonderful, wonderful performance. It's one of the most powerful and moving films I've ever seen, and it just works on so many levels. It's really masterful filmmaking, and I'm really glad I watched it. It's on Netflix. Make sure to check it out as soon as you can. So Day 109 was kind of hard for me, right? Day 109, breaking news was that Prince passed away. And for those of you that don't know, I'm a huge Prince fan. I love Prince. And never got to see the man perform live. And that's just on my own, my fault. You know, he's been in Vegas, and I could have seen him. Last time I believe he was here doing like a little stint. I was younger, and I probably didn't appreciate Prince as much as I do now. And it was a really sad day. And my day didn't get any better when I watched the Huntsman, The Winter's War. By the way, really quick, I know I was, talking about Prince and I kind of jumped in the movie a little bit early, but the UNLV Rebel Yell, the paper that I write for out here in Vegas, was very kind enough to let me do a piece on Prince. And I did write up something, so if you want to check that out, you click the white eye and we'll post it, or actually it'll be in the description box. Make sure to check it out there, because it was very nice of them to let me do that, and onto the purple one. Anyway, like I said, the day didn't get any better as I veered into the Huntsman Winter's War, which left me feeling the same way as it did when I watched Snow White and the Huntsman. Indifferent. I didn't care. I don't think they're the worst films of all. You know, you can watch me and Mr. Shoe's review, very detailed, again, in that white eye. I don't think it's awful. I don't think it's the worst film I've ever seen. But it's a movie that just won't have an effect on me. Like, it just is a movie that I completely forgot. Even now I'm talking about it, I could really just kind of forget everything that we talked about, because it's a movie that doesn't make you feel much. It's just kind of, Like, do I think it's as bad as the movies that I've really disliked? No. And I don't think it's very good. I just think it's, it feels like a filler on an album, right? And of course we all know, as Eric Moore would say, Prince didn't believe in fillers. That's so true. I will say that Emily Blunt and Charlize Theron give decent performances, and that's kind of the reason why to see it. You know, Charlize Theron was amazing. She was probably the best part, not in this movie, but just amazing in general. She was the best part of Snow White and the Huntsman, and she's probably equally the best part with Emily Blunt. She's really good in this movie. Well, not really good, but good in this movie. Reason enough to see it. Moving on, you can read that full review, or check out that full review right up here. Let's see what else we got here. Day 110. I watched the 1985 cult classic Reanimator. And if you know, I did see the Reanimator, the musical, here at the Smith Center, and I absolutely loved it, but I've never seen H.P. Lovecraft's Animator. And it's an absolute blast, right? I mean, it is. I'm just really upset it's taken me this long to see this movie, because it is so good. It's so clever. It's a brilliant horror comedy. It's witty and it's stylish, and it's the type of film you just really kind of don't see made anymore. And that's true. I mean, this has this very fun exploration style, and they make horror movies now, and you know, they make like really raunchy comedies, but they don't really play with like that odd area in horror where it could be funny and weird and experimental, and it's not even that. And I don't mean weird as in like it's so you know, like so you know, like just so in deep, but it's just weird as in like its style is weird, the characters are weird, it's odd. It's such a great dark comedy, and it's definitely earned its dedicated cult following that it's earned over the years. I mean, it's campy, it's gory, it's bloody, and it's a whole lot of fun. The only thing that would have made it better is if it was a musical, and Reanimator, the musical, did that, and it's just hilarious. If you haven't checked out the musical or heard any music, I'd recommend doing that because it is hilarious. Day 111, I watched a new movie. 2016, not out in theaters but on Netflix, called Hush, and it's a movie that I've been hearing a lot about. I've seen it a lot of pop up on Letterboxd, and I was really in the mood to watch like a good scary movie. And this is from director Mike Flanagan, who brought us Oculus, a film that I've not seen. He did another film before that I'm spacing on the name. Hadn't seen that either, but very anticipating seeing it. And but Hush is refreshing and clever. The whole movie is pretty much about this one woman who's a writer who is in the woods, and she is being stalked by a killer. The hook of the movie is that she's deaf. So the movie really cleverly plays with our senses. So it plays it sound wisely. It wasn't as a pop-out scary as I imagined, but it was definitely giving us the feeling of dread and anxiety, like the greatest horror films of all time, Rosemary's Baby, you know, all these films that really kind of play on us just feeling like, oh my God, I'm never going to get out of here. Oh my God, what's going to happen? It really works on you. And it may not be the most original or groundbreaking film, but it's tight and it's effective. It's an 87-minute game of cat and mouse, and it just works. It is really, really awesome. And then ending the week, I was like, let me watch something light and fun. And I did watch something light and fun and brilliant. And that was on day 112 when I watched Paddington, the 2014 film from Paul King. It is just a wonderful, charming, delightful movie. It's a whole movie experience. It's just one of those movies just going to leave you smiling when you see it. I mean, not many movies are super, super just pure, right? Like usually they go for toilet humor or make some gags that could be taken a certain way by adults. And Paddington really doesn't do that. You get some really solid CGI, some stylish direction, and it just makes the film even more enjoyable. It's really heartfelt and kind and clever and warm, and it doesn't go for cheap laughs. And it's just a lot of fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. That's going to wrap it up for this week. I know I'm going a bit long. Make sure to check out all the links that I mentioned in the description box and up here in the white eye. Make sure to check out that Prince article, a lot of fun. But all my CinemaCon coverage, my review of Huntsman's, the Huntsman Winter's War, all up here. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into my Week 16 update. If you have any questions about the movies I saw, type them in the comment sections below. If you enjoyed it, slap a like on there. And the best way to never miss any of my videos is to hit the subscribe button. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jacob Tiranno. Please continue chasing cinema.